Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
hey,
What's
hey.
up? Happy Wednesday. We're halfway there to the weekend again. Yeah, it's been a lot going on. There's been football, there's been WNBA news, there's been March Madness, which I will speak on this first. I've been watching women's basketball. I don't even know who's in the Sweet 16 for the men, although I do have a graphic for it. I haven't watched like any of those guys' games. I just
Well, the
don't.
women's games have been very exciting. Like, this has been
Absolutely.
a very exciting tournament with a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff, which we are going to get into right off the
Right.
bat. We're going to talk about Vegas sports. There's a lot happening in Vegas sports as well, so make sure you
Yep.
tap in. But
Right.
yeah, if you're watching this, whether it be on our
Right.
new IG live, we appreciate you. If you're
Yes.
watching
Thanks
on
for the IG. I
YouTube
had people
channel,
reach out to me saying they were watching
watching it
me
on
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 IG. I was like,
Facebook,
okay,
yes, I love it.
let's
So
go.
share
Thanks for
with
the
a
support.
friend, tap in, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Girl Chat Sports. Follow us on all social media at Girl Chat Sports. We appreciate you.
Yep.
We're rounding out Women's History Month, the Women's History Month. Also, we celebrate women all year round in our show. We have a Girl Power segment. We talk about women that do great things in sports every week that we have a show. I'll just
Yes.
caveat that because we won't have a show next week, just FYI. But we'll get
Yeah.
back into it in April for sure. We do want to talk about March Madness.
Yeah. Get
We get
into
down to
it.
the Sweet 16. We are down to the Sweet 16. We got the women's, we got the men's. I did make a bet on the Gators for the men. So hey, if I
Okay.
can win that bet, I'm great. I'm good. So let's make it happen. But we got the women, the men's, of course. You also have four schools that have women and men in the Sweet 16. So Duke, Maryland, Ole
Right.
Miss, and Tennessee. Tennessee's in the news a lot lately. We're going to get to that later as well. But shout out to those four schools who are living that sweet life right now. That's great.
It is.
Getting to the women. This is what we are down to now. Oh, did I cut off the top ones? Dang it, I sure did. Uh it's listen, to know that we're going to get into the USC and the injury there, but knowing that USC and UConn will potentially have to play each other to get out into the Final Four is crazy.
Yeah.
Um it's wild. They're gonna to be an Elite Eight with them two against each other will be crazy.
Right.
It's I don't know. Notre Dame TCU, that's gonna be a good game. I don't
That
think a lot of people
is.
thought TCU was gonna make it this far, especially with Haley Van Lith. She hasn't got the credit she deserves, but listen, this is the time. Here's what I want to know for all of those that are tapping in. If you are in Las Vegas, if you're going to casinos, if you're doing the March Madness parties, are they showing the women's games? I had a girlfriend was like, "Hey, meet me up at Durango," and I was like, "I don't know if they show the women. Are they showing the women's games? I'm not going if they don't." Does that make sense?
It does, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe Circa might be one of those places that might be showing the women's games.
I feel
Possibly.
like okay, like this past Monday, there was what 8 women's games on. I feel like, and there was no. I feel like women. I feel like
Right.
Monday was probably all over the place.
Right. There was no men's games on the
But when
last
it
few
comes to
days.
Friday, Saturdays, and you've
Right.
got a plethora of both, and we know most bets are happening on men's. I'm assuming most brackets. I think they had like what 27 million brackets compared to the 3 million brackets for women. But so I'm hoping that we're seeing that. I'm hoping that those games are on and not just the night ones or not just the ones when no one else is playing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that for you. I wouldn't even know local bars that would be saying, okay, we got the women's games on. They only did, like to your point, the nights that the men's weren't playing.
Well, I know like the Spot LV, they do all the women's, the WNBA or Aces games. So I'm hoping maybe they would do the women's games as well, but
Yeah,
that's
possibilities.
what we'll have to figure out.
Yeah.
Big news though, coming out of USC during their game on Monday. Juju Watkins out for the rest of the
Yeah, it's
season.
devastating.
Well, devastating. Torn ACL had it. It went down in like the first few minutes of the first quarter. Didn't look good from the get go, and it's just unfortunate. I mean, obviously she's young. She'll be back. She's going to come back great and strong, and we're all hopeful for that. But to know that this could have been one of those years for her too. Kiki's a senior. So what else will what's going to happen with USC, but it's
Right.
unfortunate. But everybody came out: Caitlin Clark, Sydney Colson, Flaugier, like Aaliyah Boston, Angel Reese, Asia, Stewie, everybody supporting her. There was also a really great video of Dawn Staley FaceTiming her and just saying you're going to be back, because I was up to USC or South Carolina. That's where Juju was going to go to
Right.
school. So to see that from, we all know Dawn Staley is just that girl, that
Right.
woman. She does that all. She supports whether you're on her team or not. So,
Right.
and you could hear Juju's voice cracking up, which was, getting emotional, which was sad.
A natural thing to do. I mean, my goodness, this is something
Absolutely.
that she did not see coming. None of us had this on our bingo card.
None
We were
of
ready to see
us.
her just, show up and show out and be that WNBA contender that we know she will be. And this happens, and it's been happening a lot. And it happens to the best of them.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what the cause of these ACL tears are, but I've seen it in younger people, young adults when it's pro. It's just it's a crazy injury that used to be a rare.
We didn't see it that. And then I saw somebody else post, and I don't know if this is truth or fiction, but that women are more likely to get ACL tears versus men. I don't know that. I feel like we see more.
I don't know.
I feel like we see more of it, but I think because we also see a lot more male athletes. We see a lot more male athletes.
But it's only been recent with Cameron Brink, and now I just feel like it's more recency. I don't know that as a history of women having that. I get even with the men. Like the men is recent to me too. Like, yes, the last 3 or 4 years we've been seeing ACL tear, but prior to that, 90s and all that, you weren't seeing those. Those were rares.
It's all these vegans, and
I want to know what's going on. What is causing the ACL? Vegans. I don't know.
What's happening? Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes that are coming out? Is it the courts? All these fancy courts?
It's a very interesting deep dive we may have to get into and investigate, because it's something that we normally weren't seeing.
It's something we definitely need to look out for. What's up, Miss Balandi? Prayers for Juju for sure.
Yeah, prayers for Juju. That was devastating. I still can't get over it. It's hard for me to even watch.
But on the upside, USC killed Mississippi State. Like, they were up at least 20, 30 points throughout the rest of that game. Kiki went off. I think she had, I want to say 36 or 30 something points.
Okay.
So she went wild. They won by almost 40 points. So if they can keep, and now of course it's going to be change of game plans for USC, change of game plans for whoever they face, that they don't have to guard or have to defend Juju, but we'll see how this, but they have freshmen on that USC team that were balling with 3-pointers. There was a blonde girl with curly hair and points. I forgot her name, but she went off. She had like 3 threes. I mean, the team still looked good. It's just unfortunate that Juju's not going to be there too.
I picked UConn to take it all anyway. So even with the Juju factor, I hate to say it, but I had UConn going the distance with this tournament. And I don't want to say now that they win because of the Juju fact. I have been kind of calling it with them just to see what they can do. But I'm curious to see what the next moves are for USC in this tournament. And all they can do is give it their all and give it their best. They didn't even want to shake hands with the opposition because they were still devastated. I mean, to play through devastation like that.
Well, it sounds like there was like a Royal Rumble almost happening there. Like they were getting, like they were upset over the calls, they were upset over the fouls that were being given, and they, I mean,
devastating for their
emotional
teammates
game.
Too. Like,
it's emotional game, especially when
and it was
high.
It was a high emotional game. So let's see what they look like going back in this tournament.
Yeah.
Curious about that though.
We also need to talk about UCLA. Lauren Betts, of course, had like 30 points as well.
This girl.
Paige dropped 34 points and sat out probably half of the fourth quarter. Had her last game at home court at UConn. So she would, the crowd cheered for her. Everybody was very, emotional for her as well. It was her last game playing at home. She will definitely, she's coming into the WNBA this summer, I guess. She also bought 1,500 student tickets for her final home game to say thank you to the fans. Like listen, buying 1,500 tickets, even if they're student tickets at a second round NCAA tournament level, it's a good little price. So
I mean, I feel like the NIL monies is actually doing them right. And
absolutely.
So she's paying it forward with the fans because she knows, that's a good gesture. That's what you got to do. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
You love to see
it. It is good.
And UCLA is a monster. I mean, they took all down my Southern Jags, and big ups to them because it was the first time that they were able to advance after winning a SWAC championship. And those girls gave it all they could. They won in the first round and then going up against UCLA. Listen, you got a 6'7" girl or 7'1" girl out there. It's just no contest. I mean, there's nothing you can do.
It's
There's no answer
tough.
for her at the
It's
moment.
tough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you. Miss Bondi mentioned that Paige was making her.
So
So her
made her
teammate
breakfast. Okay.
Yeah, so her teammate is going through Ramadan, so she has to. She can't eat from sunrise to sunset. So Paige is getting up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, making her breakfast every morning just so that she eats and gets a good meal.
What's up.
I know.
Well, you need sustenance to be out there. You got to do it. So that's a dope look, though.
Listen, I could not eating like it's tough. It's tough. But UConn did have good news. Ozzie Fudd is staying for one more year, at least another year. So you're gonna be seeing her back with the UConn next fall. That'll be good. One thing that I think it needs to be talked about more, and this, I don't know if it's, I feel like I've seen a lot of women already as well. I know there was a girl from UW. I saw a girl from Arizona, but the college transfer portal had 1,700 plus players hop in after opening day, which broke the record of 291 back in 2024.
And the numbers is only going to get higher unless they do something about this.
This is ridiculous. Like, how I understand it for some players, like, maybe there's a whole breakup in the team, you're losing your coach, you're losing big players, you need to start over. But just hopping, I mean, there maybe should be like a limit, like maybe you get a transfer or I don't know, but 1,700 seems a bit ridiculous.
That's a steep number.
Is that the NIL? Ridiculous. Is it people just trying to get money? Is that it? Are we getting money? Is that what we're doing?
I think it was the first point that you made about them losing a coach and stuff like that. But guess what? Some of your greats had lost coaches in their college careers and stuff like that, and stayed through it. Like, there was no escape out of that. They made what was. It's like almost like we're just making it a path of least resistance.
You had to make do with what you had.
Yeah, you worked with what you had. And it looks like this is just like I'm chasing past the least resistance to make it easier for me. What's for me?
It's just wild. Like, I don't.
Yeah, they gotta do something about that. It's gonna have to
and
be.
And we're seeing, the COVID years are finally over. So we're ending out the COVID years because they got that extra year for COVID.
Right.
So we're starting to kind of figure out like what's happening these next couple of years. Is it, how is it possible to move around that much? Is the money out there for everybody? Like, is everybody getting a cut of those? And I don't know.
I mean, what are these schools promising to them too? When it looks, what's the appease of them saying, I'm going to leave my school to go to this school because they may make me. I mean, I just 1,700 is a big number.
I mean, some people are getting those, fast food NIL. Some are getting car dealerships. Some are getting the local jam or peanut. But I mean, everybody, there's an NIL deal out there for anything.
I get that, but there's all the condition of how much playing time these players are going to get. So what is the stipulation the school is promising them or the team is promising them if they come to these schools? What are they looking at? Like, it has now turned into business more than college hoops. It's definitely that kind of, it's like the pre-NBA interning kind of, this is what it looks like when you want to be an NBA player. Like, we're prepping you for when you go to the next level. Like, it's crazy.
I don't know. But we'll have to, we'll monitor this situation.
That's why contracted signings for college students have to have stipulations on transferring. That's what you have to do.
Well, and that's why they wanted to have it regulated. They want to be able to have, understand.
Give me at least 2 years into the college career of the school or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, then that's also why you're seeing these like 25, 26-year-old players in college because they've taken their 5 years. They've, had a transfer and they sat out or been unqualified for a year. Like, it's just
a lot of stuff. That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to Las Vegas, though, this weekend, Asia Wilson had her pop-up for her A1 shoe. It was at the Fashion Show Mall first, and then the Galleria, it looks like. I know I didn't go. I know Miss Ellen D's in there. I know she went and got some shoes, so shout out to her. However, I appreciate Asia coming out here and doing this for Vegas because obviously Vegas, the Aces, this is her team. This is 2-time championships. But if you're going to go to 2 different places on opposite sides of town, why not give yourself a little more time? I felt like when I saw her story, she was at one store for 30 minutes and then 30 minutes later was headed to the next store. These people were lined up since like 4 or 5 in the morning, these fans looking for shoes. I don't know. I just felt like, I think we talked about before, like, maybe you had like gallery in the morning and fashion show at night or in the evening. Like give yourself some time to do one, go to practice, get your meal or do whatever, and then have the other one, or do it 2 different days if you're in Vegas. I don't know her schedule. I know she's a busy, busy lady. Busy. Because we've seen more. I got more to talk about with her too, because she has been busy. But it seemed like a great event. People came out. I know a lot of the teammates came out and copped their own pairs of shoes. You see Kia, KB, Liz, and Meg all there got their A1s. The lines were big. A lot of fans, a lot of little fans, a lot of young fans were out there. I love the pink monikers and the posters and the decorations that were out there. So they're also already being resold on eBay for upwards of $2,000. So you got some that are brand new going for like $450, and then you got some that are signed going for $2,000.
Well, we knew that was going to happen, and not for nothing. I get your concern with the 30 minutes and that, but that's what the reward of people standing in line at 4 and 5 in the morning get.
Sure.
You get there late, you may miss out. That happens.
Well,
in
no,
every
I think
city.
some people got shoes, but had left before she got, you know what I mean? Like, because I think no one knew where she was going to go first or what the time was.
Yeah.
So there are people that had gone to Galleria, got their shoes, and missed her because they left before she even got there.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't put a schedule. I wasn't even expecting her to even show when they were doing the release. So the fact that she was even going to be there, which it makes sense. Yeah, she should be there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that was stipulated. I feel like with her only having the 30 minutes, it was a last minute pop in. Doesn't sound like it was scheduled because they never advertised that she was going to be there. So I feel like it was a pop in.
We knew she was going to be there, I think, because she was there for the South Carolina one. I mean, maybe it wasn't. I guess I
never advertised like it's just a drop. It never said she's gonna be there. Like some people in other cities will be like, the drop's happening, they're gonna be there as well to autographs. They didn't advertise that, so I feel like it may have been put together a little weird. Not to mention they didn't explain the sizing to folks. I saw all the group chats, people's sizes all oblong. They didn't get a chance to try them on. This is the problem with drops. And especially on a new design shoe, you don't know if it's going to fit like a J. My J's fit different than my Maxes. Shout out to Air Max Day. Happy Air Max Day to everybody that wears Air Maxes. But your shoes are going to all fit differently. So even on a drop day like that, you're either going to cop a shoe to do what you're doing and what you posted, flipping it, hoping to get an autograph for, or you just going to have to chance it. But I'm waiting for that May drop. Since it's great information to know that they run small.
Right. It sounds like they run small, like at least a half a size.
And the biggest flex is for people just to show up and say, hey, I got a pair first. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate of what it is. I don't know, like I said, if it was planned that she was going to be there, because when Dick's put out that they was dropping, it never advertised that she may appear or she's going to be there. You know what I mean? So the 30 minutes to 30 minutes, I feel like that was kind of a last minute situation.
Okay.
And not an official one.
Miss Bondi says the shoe fits very small. Surely need a half size.
Absolutely. I'm sure it does. Yeah. It's a totally different design shoe. It's not fitting like a LeBron. It's not fitting like a Kobe Pronto. Yeah. It's not gonna fit like the KDs. It's not gonna fit like J's. It's not gonna. You don't know how the shoe is gonna fit. I didn't want to be facetious and go out there and pick my actual size. I just need to try it on. So
yeah, because I know I usually size up for certain shoes, or
I would have been stuck with some shoes too, trying to flip them and sell them. So you flip them and sell them, you get a few extra bucks. And you can go and get them in the May drop, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to wait for the May drop. But the thing is,
May drop,
the wrong. Well, I also saw in the group chats was that there was also mislabeling, like people, because you know how the shoes have like the women's and men's in the same box. So if you say, hey, I need an 8.5, you might be saying women's, they're thinking men's, and they're giving you the wrong box. So people that didn't check their box correctly may have walked out with the wrong, whether it be men or women's shoe.
That's the difference between a Dick's Sporting Goods and a Foot Locker. When you go to a drop, like when I used to go and get my J's and stand in line, they'd ask you, you want the men's size or the women's size? So that's on them. for not asking those right. But see, true sneakerheads like myself know those kind of questions to ask. Like, what are we asking here? But see, shout out to Foot
Absolutely.
Locker when you have drops. They used to ask you want an 8.5 women's or you want an 8.5 men's. They go down the line
Right.
writing it down before the store would even open. Like, what sizes are you looking for?
Well, and that's why,
So
you got to be specific. But, unfortunately, a lot of those fans that were
it's
out
just
there aren't
excitement.
just,
They don't know.
yeah, they're just excited. They're ready for
They're
the
excited. They don't
shoe.
know.
And
You know what I
waiting.
mean? And
Yeah.
there's no tips to the game, but that is the game. You get these sneakers first out the gate and they don't fit. Try to sell them as best as you can. Make a trade with somebody. I don't know.
Ms. Bondi said they were only giving out women's sizes. So, well, that's my thing is like, but wouldn't they have the men's? Usually every Nike shoe got 8.5 women,
men's, and
7
what the equivalent
men.
is, and a Euro size. So you got all those 3 conversions on there. But even if they were
so then I guess it's up to people. Yeah.
No one bothered to ask, but what's the fit like? That's a quick 2-second question with an answer.
But they might not even know. So I do know that I think the staff was the staff at Foot Locker was wearing them. I don't know if the staff at Dick's was wearing them.
They probably weren't. So they probably didn't know. But you think an employee didn't try those shoes on? I know if I worked at Dick's, I'd be like, let me just try them on real quick.
Let me just try it out.
And post them on the brand. These are kids. Like, I'm a flex with it and just get the knowledge. You know what I mean?
Listen, I would have been hot.
Listen, I feel bad. I feel bad for you guys getting the raw Miss Baldy, like small like that. That sucks. Like I
because you don't want to return it to Dick's because you can't get the size you want because they're all gone.
Right.
And if you wait till May, you've already overrun your 30-60 day period to return to Dick's, but now you're just waiting for May. Then you got to cop and try and sell. Yeah,
put them on StockX and see what they do. Keep them, have her sign them. The one blessing that Miss Bondi, she does have access to this lady. Have her sign the shoe, maybe possibly, and have it sealed into your house. I don't know, and then get you another pair to wear. I don't know, but got to figure something out with that. It's crazy. It's unfortunate. But with a new design shoe, I'm not gonna know how they fit. I always have to do recon work on how the shoe fits.
That's usually why I stick to my usual shoes. I know how they fit, and I haven't gone outside my box too often.
Like I told you, I'm waiting for the hoodie with the satin so it can protect my hair.
Listen, you saw her wearing it too, right? She had it on. So she also had the A1 Girls Clinic at the Aces headquarters. I didn't even see any information. I don't even know where this came about.
I didn't even know this happened. I didn't even know this was going on. That's usually
a media gets like a little heads up, or there might be like a little brief about, hey, this is what's happening at the headquarters, or I didn't even see like a post like, hey, sign your daughter up for the A1 Girls Clinic. None of that.
Right.
So, but shout out to Asia for this. She brought these girls in. They all seemed to have a ball playing. Aces headquarters was decked out. They redid the center logo with a big pink logo of the A1. They got the A1 banners all throughout the backboard. Every kid in there had a pair of A1s as well as the A1 t-shirts. So just phenomenal job. It looks great. Listen, the pink don't look bad in the Aces headquarters. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah,
it works with the silver. It works with the silver.
I like pink. That may be mine.
It looks good. Like I said, Asia's been a busy woman. Her foundation, the Asia Wilson Foundation, as well as the 2K Foundation, they teamed up together and refurbished the court at the James Boys and Girls Club here in Las Vegas.
So she had a busy weekend. So I do feel like that Dick's thing
right.
Pop in.
I just feel like it could have been planned better. But of course, like I said, she's busy. I get she had a whole weekend. All this stuff was going on. So, but look at that court, brand new.
I know.
Asia Wilson
awesome.
Foundation. That's beautiful. Real beautiful. So shout out to Asia. Definitely giving back to the community. Definitely Vegas. So celebrating in the Vegas community. We're gonna start with Hugadores. I know you wanted to talk about it once, and we'll get off of it, but we gotta address the midnight call I got. I can't even say your Dodgers anymore, can I?
No. I unfollowed them on Instagram and my fan pages and all of that.
Unfollowed that. So the Dodgers, they announced that they've accepted an invite to the White House for their 2024 World Series championship. It is going to be like April 7th or something when they're playing the Nationals out there.
Mm-hmm.
Seems... I mean, did we not just have this issue with Jackie Robinson on the
glitch,
who made the call? Who made the call? Who made that call for the Dodgers to say yes?
Well, this is the thing in baseball tradition. I get that MLB tradition. Sure. You go to the White House, like every team does that. But we are not what I'll say in traditional times, in my opinion. But
no,
this is a choice that they've made, and I have a choice too, and this is what I'm choosing. So I took them off my favorites and ESPN. I don't want no updates on it. The one thing I will talk about with the Dodgers is the concern of Mookie Betts for opening day, as far
Okay.
as him losing almost 20 pounds, being sick and not being
Seriously,
able,
still from out in
to play.
Tokyo?
Yeah, and they're thinking it
Ah,
was norovirus. They don't know what it was, but they've checked him out. He's healthy, so hopefully he'll be available for opening day for them. But yeah, that kind of broke my heart a little bit, and I don't know. I don't know. It's, did Philly say no, or are they going? Because I'm hearing like conflicting stories with that
I
too.
don't think
So
they've announced that yet, but of course it's usually either in the off season or it's when they go and play near
right.
DC. So I don't think that's been acknowledged yet. I mean, it's just a bad temperature right now. I feel like I don't know. You had the whole mishap with the DI and the Jackie Robinson in his military history. You have a lot of ethnic and minority players on your team. You've got a fan base that has I'm sure a lot
Mostly
of
Hispanic and
immigrants.
Latin. Mostly, I'm just gonna call it out. That's
Yeah.
their demographic of the
And
highest base of fans they have.
it's
So
almost crazy that you um are letting this
and
one just kind
honored
of
to go.
slide.
Let's not forget honored to go. Which it is always an honor to go to the White House. But at this time, whatever. Okay.
Anyway,
I'll
so
be
that's a
watching rest of the sports. I'll be looking at baseball, but I'll be looking at it in a totally
Hey,
different
I'm
lens. And
hoping
I'll be
that
looking at
maybe
it.
there'll be a change in temperature or a change in what they decide. Maybe through discussion with fans
I
or
mean, fans are emailing
outrage.
the front office. They're saying you can send your letters and just try to do that. They've done
Good.
that before and were able to make change and make them change their minds. I mean, maybe the active thing needs to happen, but you've got, people on both sides saying, "Hey, I'm fine with it." So I'm like, "No, this is crazy." So
I
I
know.
mean, it is what
It's
it is.
it's wild. So it's the first time I've had to put your team in the Hugadores category.
Yeah, for
So
now, for now,
for
yeah.
now. Yeah. Update. We talked about it before. Cain Velasquez got sentenced to 5 years in prison on Monday for that shooting that took place back in February of 2022. We talked about it. It was regards to him pleading no contest to felony attempted murder. It was him chasing down and shooting a vehicle of the man that they accused of molesting his son.
Granted, he committed a crime by shooting at the vehicle. However, don't give that man
Yes.
time. Give him probation.
Hello. Well, here's the good here. I mean, here's the silver lining. He's been on house arrest since November 2022. He got credited time served for about it was like 1,600 something whatever days, which equals out to about 3.5 years. So technically, he's down to like 1.5 years, which I'm assuming would probably be able to get out an early release at some point. I don't know. Either which way, none of us would have acted any differently if it was our child, our family member.
We just don't know how we would have reacted. But I just say in circumstances like that, and I know they're saying the man is accused. We don't know if it's been proven, so maybe that was kind of the part of that. I don't know, but the attempt and all of that, and just the action of itself warrants a lot of what Cain was kind of doing. So
yeah, we get it. We get it. What's up, Dre Bailey?
Hey, Dre, what's up, homie?
He said Burger King being served the Dodgers. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not Burger King. Actually, it's McDonald's. McDonald's.
They're getting it
And not to
all.
mention, Panda Express is going back into Dodger Stadium, so they were talking about the food options, and now they're gonna have Panda Express.
We're addressing foods that are popping up this year. We're gonna get to that, but I would not want. I'm sorry, I'm not doing Panda Express at a baseball game. Really gross. I
don't even know how
I feel like baseball stadiums are where you're supposed to get like the things you don't see every day. Like these are the things you want to go. You want to go to this game because games are so long and sometimes cannot necessarily be exciting.
Right.
You go explore the food options and see all what they have.
The plastic baseball helmet with the loaded nachos,
all of that,
or hot dogs,
again,
or burgers, or whatever.
Well, I mean, hey, we're already in the conversation. Let's just skip to it, okay? So there's a lot happening with food and baseball this season. So just taking a look here. Top corner, you've got the Diamondbacks. I'm sorry, the New York Mets are having 12 hot dogs in a helmet.
See,
12 hot
I
dogs.
knew that was
And
gonna
I
be a
think
theme.
it's like $12.99 or like basically it's like $1, but you have to buy 12 and it's in a helmet. So
Take care
there
of the
you
whole
go.
row. That makes sense. Like you can pass the dog
Right.
down. I mean, I get it. Thank you.
Top
Keep doing it.
middle, you've got the Filthy Mac fries. This is where the Arizona Diamondbacks are have. It's white cheddar, pork belly, crispy onions. Top right is the Pirates. They'll have the Polish cannonballs, which are fried balls of egg noodle, kielbasa, cabbage, bacon, and cheese. I guess that's a big Polish thing out there near Pittsburgh. Bottom left, you've got the Orioles. They got a warehouse burger, 2 beef patties, fried onions, queso, and inside of a pretzel bun. The White Sox in the middle bottom, the celebration cake, because the White Sox are celebrating their 125th anniversary this year. So they've got a birthday cake ice cream with confetti cake, a pinwheel cookie, and a cherry on top.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Bottom right, you've got the Astros. They have the Mac Daddy dog or the Daddy Mac dog. It's a foot-long ballpark with brisket, mac and cheese, and fried pickles. I'd probably go without the pickles, but that sounds
No, I can do the pickles too. But that's the kind of junk you want to eat at a baseball game.
I ain't even
That's
done
the
yet,
kind of
Mo.
splurge.
I got more.
Oh my God. Keep
Yes.
going.
The up top left, the Kansas City Royals are doing a blue velvet whoopie pies. The Yankees in the top middle are doing tiramisu helmets. You can get tiramisu in a helmet. This was my favorite. So if I gotta go to Philly, I'm going to Philly. Top right, the Phillies are having a s'mores quesadilla.
Oh, that looks good.
That looks really good. Bottom left, Mariners have the What Up corn dog. It's a honey battered corn dog covered in spicy and crunchy coating. And then also in the middle there, another thing that I'm going to for sure get is the Trident cup. That's a cup there that you get like a 32 or 40 ounce drink in and got a straw, and you can carry that bad boy around the whole stadium. That's what I'm talking about. Bottom left or bottom right in the last one, this is the Blue Jays. They'll have the cotton candy fries. It's a basic stadium fry covered in a blue sauce with cotton candy on top.
My stomach is just turning right now at the all bottom three.
I'm trying to tell you, it's wild.
All
it's
bottom three got my stomach. I'm like literally rubbing my stomach like, dare I? If I was a kid, I'd go crazy. But this, ooh, I know I paid for it. But it'd be so much fun to experience. But I know I paid for it the next day.
Listen, you definitely have to be careful with some of those items. I would think maybe not, making sure you have not eating it on an empty stomach. Make sure you have something else already in there, ready to settle in.
Have some Atlanta case, some chewable something, Pepto, something. You gotta have all of it.
Something.
Tomorrow tiramisu looks a little messy. I don't know about that Yankees one.
Well, it's in a hat, so it shouldn't be too bad. Opening day. Here's your excuse from work if you need it. Tomorrow we've got 14 games, 28 teams going down. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Listen, baseball's back. It is
baseball's
here.
Back. Baseball's back. You've got a lot of different things. You got the A's playing in West Sacramento this season because of the ballpark change. Don't forget the Tampa Bay Rays. They can't go to Tropicana Field because of the hurricane. They can't go back for the whole season. So they're playing at the Yankees spring training facility, Steinbrenner Field. I mean, it's just going to be wild. So I'm excited for it. I did want to shout out to my boy Hoa because he was down at one of my favorite stores in Seattle is Simply Seattle. It's where I get most of my gear, most of my Seahawks, Mariners, anything gear. Well, they had a meet and greet with Cal Raya, who's our catcher, who just signed a huge extension. He's getting 6 years, $105 million. Also, one of my mom's favorite players. You know how mom is about her sports.
Oh yeah, so, she's gonna play about her Mariners.
Here's what he got her.
Hi, Doreen. It's Cal Raleigh here. Hope you're having a great day. And go Mariners.
Oh, that's so nice. You got her to do a shout out to your mom.
I know.
Gotta love
Mom
that.
Like, oh, he said my name. I'm like,
oh my God, that's so exciting. I love it.
Yeah, that was so cute. So she gets to have that, as part. I go, Mom, just make sure. I had to teach her how to save her photo. Get it in the phone.
That's dope, though. That's so cool. I love it. Shout out to Doreen being the ultimate sports girl.
She is, and she's probably not even watching because I told her, I was like, I'm gonna put on the show tomorrow. Mom was, oh, remind me to watch. I forgot to remind you. So, Mom, when you watch the replay, I love you.
That's great. Shout out to Doreen. That's awesome.
Shout her out. I know.
Love
It's
it.
too funny though. Too funny.
Love it.
So some Vegas sports, since we got, we went back into baseball real quick, but we got to talk about some Vegas sports. First of all, shout out to my girl Kaylee. She's we've talked about them before. With the 100 Ways nonprofit that she has. So we did this last year. I volunteered to help. If anybody wants to volunteer, hit me up. I'll connect you with her. If you know her, get on there. This is April 26th from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Craig Ranch. You got to register at 100waysusa.org. But this is basically where kids 7 to 14, boys and girls, had the opportunity to showcase their baseball and softball skills while earning a chance for an all-expense paid trip to compete during the 2025 World Series.
Ooh.
Hello. And there'll be lunch provided by Porta Subs. So again, if you want to register, head over to 100waysusa.org and register your boys or girls age 7 to 14. Last year was cute. There was a lot of kids that came to show their skills. So there's
I think
the hitting, there's a running one. I forgot all the ones they have, but it was pretty cool.
That's good.
I don't know about you. I need to hear from some of our Vegas Golden Knights fans because
I'm wearing my night shirt today just to hopefully.
I'm saying, here's the deal. We've had 3 hat tricks in the last 4 games. Do any of our fans out there still have hats left?
Because
I know the last
they've been
I know the last one was away. I don't know if the second, I know that there was one at home.
Yeah.
I don't know if the first 2 were home, but I know the last one for sure was away. So I know we didn't see a lot of hats flying. But I mean, that's Jack Eichel. Listen, 5th career hat trick was on Tuesday. His 26th goal of the season against Fleury too. Against Fleury. This was against Fleury. Hurdle had one on Saturday. Pavel had one on Thursday before that. I mean,
tonight, what are we gonna do?
Come on, championship.
I know.
Come on, championship.
I didn't think it was possible, but I'm starting to feel it. I really am.
We also got William Karlsson, Shea Theodore are both back from injuries.
Right.
Which is amazing.
Like I said, Aiden Hill got money now, so he's motivated. Like, let's go.
we also got Mavi back.
Oh, Mavi.
Apparently Maverick went out to the U.S. veterans to be a service dog. Yeah.
Oh,
he didn't make it. So he's being given to the owner, Bill Foley. Foley also graduated from West Point, served in the U.S. Air Force. But I mean, I feel like Mavi had a taste of the good life, and you just can't go anywhere else after that. How can you be in front of like 40,000 fans, getting your own Instagram page, and not want to come back to that?
Like, I know, I love it.
Go Mavi. Clear win. We got some changes for the UNLV men's basketball. We talked about them losing their coach last week, and now they found their replacement, Josh Pastner, former Memphis and Georgia Tech head coach, gets high praise from Coach K as well as Coach Calipari. So they had the press conference this morning at 10 a.m. Shout out to LV Sports because I know I saw a video of them with him walking in. They had the cheerleaders and the big UNLV signage back there. I didn't catch
I did see it on their post, the coverage of his welcome and all of that. So yeah, I mean, change is good. Maybe this will be what we need. You know what I mean? And maybe the recruitment. Transfer portals. Let's go. Like, come on. Maybe I'll get some of them Georgia Tech kids coming through this way. Like, that's good. You know.
Hey, the UNLV Lady Rebels had a tough loss on Sunday.
They did. I know.
They were in the second round of the WBIT playing the Florida Gators. I mean, I believe UNLV was up by like 8 or 9 points at half.
It was a very close chance of winning. I mean, it's just.
But that last third and the fourth quarter is where we
turned. They didn't happen. Yeah.
And Florida hits a last second buzzer beater win to win by 1.
And that's what'll do it. It was so close.
So close. It was so close. I felt so bad. But what a great season for the Lady Rebels again. Regular season Mountain West champs.
Absolutely.
they made
They're winners.
a dance, I guess. And yeah, I know. Too bad. Too bad. So sad. Aviators season openers on Friday.
Yeah.
Fireworks, scarfs on Saturday. Kids run the bases Sunday. A lot going on. Don't forget, they also have the Aces Aviators mashup jersey on April 4th. I think that's next Friday.
Oh man.
They still got the $2 beer nights. They got like the doodle days. They got a whole bunch. I mean, just look at all the stuff they got going on. You've got things for April, May, June, July. You've got performance shirts, sunglasses. You got the Aces Aviators jersey. The pool float obviously is one thing that I want. They got the handheld fan, the jersey hoodie, the 702 cap, the performance bucket hat cap. They got the lunch cooler. They got the Peanuts bobblehead, Looney Tunes t-shirt. So a lot of great giveaways.
Oh, a lot of great swag that they got to give away. I mean,
I know they're giving away. Listen, I'm all for it. All for it.
I like that.
Our lights also got a kind of a deal right now too. So if you want to,
that's cute.
This is too cute. Berm and a blanket. How do you not want this? 2 tickets and a blanket, and you can go sit on the berm, watch the game. $50. 4 tickets and a blanket, $85. I mean, that's legit a good deal. And the blanket you get to keep, and you can bring it back and sit on the berm whenever you want. Yeah, so they're back home.
It looks nice and a little fluffy too.
Yeah, and they're going to be back home next Saturday as well. They're playing Oakland, which here's what's kind of crazy. Oakland, I believe Oakland, their FC team that's playing now at the Oakland Stadium where the A's are playing. Here's just the catch of what's happening.
Man.
They had 26,000 fans at this game.
Wow.
And what's crazy, so I can't wait. I'm going to try my hardest to catch the Lights game on TV because they are playing this Saturday in Oakland. So I want to see if these same fans are still coming out for this. Right. This is wild.
Well, I mean, that's what else is there?
Way more fans than the A's had over the whole last season.
I mean, they don't have anything else. They've lost the Warriors. They've lost the Raiders. They've lost the A's. I mean, this is the go-to. And I'm not saying this by default. I mean, soccer is huge. So why the heck not?
Soccer is huge everywhere. Why not?
And not to mention what those ticket prices might have been and what they were giving as swag to come out. But 26,000 is huge for Oakland Coliseum. It's huge.
That's a lot.
We're like 20 sometimes at a Raiders game, possibly.
26,000 is what? Could you imagine 26,000 or even 15,000 inside Cashman? That's wild.
I couldn't.
But I mean,
that is wild.
Again, this is what you go to Euro Soccer. You've got 150,000 people there.
Oh man, listen,
crazy.
Allegiant was packed for Messi. Like I wasn't, that game was everything. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We also got the Vegas Desert Dogs. They're having their 9th Island Beach Party.
Oh, okay.
Which is going to be this Sunday, or I'm sorry. Wait, where are we at? Sorry, next Sunday.
Next Sunday, April 6th.
I swear, February took a week and March has taken 3 months.
I know. I felt like February was long. I don't know.
I feel like February was short as heck. Anyway, there's 2 options. There's a luau starter pack for $99. And then you get the family 4-pack for $89, but that's on Sunday, April 6th. They had a whole tailgate, food, games, DJs, specials, all that kind of stuff.
And check out the Desert Dogs because those games are a lot of fun. The matches are just exciting.
Fun. And they're like a party inside. The DJ's nonstop.
Yeah, DJ's nonstop. It's a constant vibe for sure.
It's a good look. It's a good look.
Yeah.
Also a good look but hard to watch is Sydney Colson had her welcoming. She had her welcoming at Indiana's arena, and
she doesn't look excited.
She does. I feel like she's ready.
I'm being funny. Oh. She doesn't look excited.
She's gonna liven that thing up, but it's just like, I'm gonna miss that smile and the laugh.
I know, and the spirit.
So crazy. I know. Other big news in WNBA, the Golden State Valkyries, probably my now second team because they have purple and I love it. broke this or have a new WNBA record of selling 10,000 season tickets.
I should have hopped on and got some Valkyrie season tickets just because.
Season tickets, 10,000. Now, here's the deal. They actually had deposits for 22,000, and they're still going through their list to get. They haven't even started. They haven't started selling single season tickets yet because they're still going through that list of potential season ticket holders, which is wild.
And if that's not indicative to how big the WNBA is now flourishing and how fans are now, like, everybody's getting, like, attached to this and loving it. I mean, this is exciting.
And mind you, this is in Chase Center. This is in the Warriors Stadium.
Right. That's huge.
Just know you're not paying no $15 tickets at Chase at all. No.
Wow. That's good. I like that.
Another former ace that we got to give a shout out to, Coach Tyler Marsh. He has constructed the all-Black woman coaching staff there in Chicago Sky.
Okay. Shout out.
That's where I do it. Look at him. Look at him suited up. Have we ever seen him in a suit before?
No, he's looking like a big boss. He's looking like an official boss.
He's looking like the GM there. Like he owns the team.
Yeah, I like that. And I like that he's believing in us and he's believing in women and just,
absolutely
giving them a chance. And I like that opportunity. Like he had a woman give him a chance, and why not pay it forward? And this is just the awesomeness of that.
Yeah, that's really good to see. We got to talk about your NBA. I know that Lakers just had a game. OKC.
Yeah, Lakers won.
OKC won that 7th straight. This is their 60th win. They said SGA is only one of 4 players in history to get 20 plus points in 65 straight games.
You know why I like this team so much? Because they have fun playing. They don't look at it as work. Fun. They always have fun. And when they win, I love like their postseason interview or post-game interview of one player, but it's all of them doing funny and cute little stuff to either the reporters or doing whatever they do and just having a good time. Like they have fun playing basketball. And not to mention SGA is just a beast. I mean, they've held the #1 spot since the beginning of the season. This is why they are the absolute truth. And to give them props to Alex Caruso for having a good game. I mean, they rallied around a guy that, came over there for Chicago, former Laker, just
he's hit the section, he's hit up the teams and he's found a good spot right now.
They highlight him, and when everybody has a good night, they rally around that player. They are just so phenomenal of a team because they just love the game and they love having.
Are they the team that does the towels all the time?
Yeah, they do the towels. They stacked all the towels on Caruso, and then they had a reporter that they took the chain off, put it on him, dressed him up, had him while he
put like a Kango on him. Look like
Caruso with the towels. Like it's just a unique, fun environment. It looks like they just have a
and it shows in their play.
And it shows in their play. Absolutely.
Current standings, you got Cleveland and Boston already in, OKC already in. But other than that, you still got, look at the West there, like Memphis, LA, and Denver all within a game of each other.
I know. And shout out to Golden State, who thought they wasn't going to be playing until Jimmy Butler came around.
Look at this. I don't know, but then you got the Clippers in Minnesota right there underneath them. What are we like? We're like, I think, how many weeks are we out from the regular season ending? I can't remember.
I can't either, but I tell you this, Steph is still out on injury, so that's close.
I can't believe that the Pistons are in there right now.
And Milwaukee, sad news with Dame Lillard going down like that. That blood clot thing is serious,
But the fact that the team found it so early to where they could start treating it, huge success with that, though, because...
Well, he was already on blood thinners. He was already on blood thinners. And now it's just the fact that they were able to catch it before it got, even worse is great.
Because that's one thing you don't want to mess with is a blood clot.
Mm-mm. That's what Wemby's going through. Prayers to Wemby and now Dame. So,
like, how are these things just popping up out of nowhere? I've never seen this, like, blood clots coming down like this.
Listen, I don't understand what's going on. Like I said, the ACL tears are new to me. This is new. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. It's crazy. The NBA salary cap will increase by 10% next year.
I believe it.
Money is wild. money.
I believe it.
We got like a little bit of NFL news on a Tuesday, which was random. We had this huge burst in NFL free agency a couple weeks ago, and then boom, Tuesday hits, and it's like, hey, Russell, you're a Giant. Okay, so you got Russell Wilson teaming. QB room now has Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, as well as what was his name? The Italian dude with his Italian agent.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I forget.
Yeah, me too.
But
so all of them are going to be trying out. Like, come on.
I don't know. I feel like Russell thinks it's his, but I think Jameis probably feels like it's his. But Jameis and Russell got a lot of history. Like they've played against each other numerous times, and so now they're playing on the same team together.
I hope Jameis gets the starting position. I really do.
But this is Sierra. I'm sure loves getting to be in New York. I'm sure that's wonderful.
I mean, the draw of seats again. We got to figure out what revenue looks like. So revenue's going to look like everybody's going to want to see Russell break out and play possibly. Sure. I don't know in New York. I don't know how these New Yorkers feel about Russell Wilson. I really don't. I don't know.
I've seen. I
don't know what
both positive and negative. I've seen some people post like, "This is it. We got it," and I see people like, "Are you kidding me?" And which leads to question: is Aaron Rodgers going to play, and is he going to Pittsburgh? Because
he went with Pittsburgh, and they didn't make him an offer. So
it sounds like he's still like decide. I don't know, but my thing is like Pittsburgh can't be serious in just keeping Rudolph as their only quarterback. Like
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think Pittsburgh, to Colin's point on his pod today, that they have moved, the ship has sailed, or they missed their opportunity to get Aaron. I think Aaron is now shopping another way.
But you don't have much to shop with. Like you're literally shopping, and
or is he just say retirement? I mean, I don't know. Maybe the numbers are not right. Like this man also still wants big numbers, and this is crazy. But which is
wild. Like maybe perform and then get the numbers. Like have like an incentive in your contract. You know what I mean? Like like get this many touchdowns, get us to the first round of player, anything, and get that incentive.
I mean, I really don't care about Aaron Rodgers anyway. He can just go that way for all I'm concerned. At the end of the day. But I mean, this is the talk, I guess.
Yeah. Whatever. We also got Stephon Diggs heading to the Patriots.
Makes no sense. I don't get this at all. I don't understand what this is going. I don't know what this is. I don't understand it.
I feel like, he's getting $65 million for 3 years.
I get it for the money, but
getting
I don't understand this move. Like
you leaving the Bills, sir,
for Drake May. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on here. You were on Buffalo. Like you are contenders to a Super Bowl. I don't understand. But I know with trades and everything, they've acquired quite a few players. This is probably going to be a different Patriots we're going to see this season.
Patriots have definitely picked up people, but
this makes no sense to me. I guess the money. He wants where to go where the money was. I get that, but Super Bowl, sir.
Playing in Boston, period, anything is just...
You were on the Bills, sir. I don't understand. Like, this makes I don't understand it. I do not understand what's going on here.
I don't know. I do want to shout out my team that's going to be celebrating the 50 years.
Okay.
We're still babies. Got their little patch they're putting on all the jerseys this season. Right. So,
turning 50.
Can't complain. Okay. Also, shout out to our boy Arlington. I know they're big on the UFL. UFL starts this weekend.
Okay.
There's 8 teams, 2 divisions. Remember, they kind of mixed the 2 football leagues between the XFL and so now we just have Birmingham, Houston, Memphis, Michigan, Arlington, DC, San Antonio, and St. Louis. What's interesting, no Vegas. I think we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, right.
Vegas was looking real sad. You can't put football at Cashman now. But what's interesting is that their season starts Friday. There's no labor contract between the league and the union, the players' union. So some players, Puka Nacua, his older brother plays in the league, and he came out and there were some people that came out anonymous saying that they had concerns because they're not protected. They're starting a season without having this contract built between like a CBA of some sorts, and that they could still strike before it starts on Friday. Not saying it would, but there could be a possibility if they decide to. But
I don't think they strike, and they're going to show right on up.
No. But the thing is, they were talking about they were going to strike media day, but they felt so much pressure by coaches that if they skip media day, that they'd get cut.
Yeah, exactly. And, this ain't NFL, boys. This This is
It's
UFL.
great. So that's
I
going to
mean,
start Friday.
I
So there will be
appreciate the
some
fight.
football.
You got to fight. You know, I get
Yeah.
that. But, whatever ground you're going to stand on, you're not wrong in either way because this is your earning living. Like,
And they're
like
trying to make it to the next stage because, we've seen a few
right.
come out those leagues and make it back into the NFL. So, who knows?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just hadn't realized Puka had an older brother in the league. I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either. Wow.
Yeah, so he's there. Yeah. Before we close out, just some girl power I wanted to share. We got to give it up to the Tennessee Vols. This is to circle back on our Tennessee comment, how they're Tennessee's having a great, a great week so far. Carolyn Pickens threw out the fastest pitch recorded in NCAA softball history, 78.2 miles an hour. That's basically giving you under a half a second to react to the ball.
Yeah.
Under a half a second to react to the ball. Okay. Wow. And it was so, of course, men's egos were going crazy in the comments, like, oh, I'd take a bat. I could hit off her.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
Dude, we'll come see it. Let's see this happen.
Let's
so
see.
many people.
There's a lot of things you can do behind your keyboard. Yeah, okay.
So many things. But again, this is what's crazy. You've got Tennessee. They now have the record for the fastest pitches in baseball and softball in college history. Ben Joyce for the men's Vols, and now Karen Pickens.
78.2.
78.2.
Listen. What arm is that? What arm does she have there? It's bionic. Supersonic.
Supersonic. We also heard from a shout out to Aaliyah Chavez. She was the ESPN women's top player in the class of 2025. She had a whole press conference for announcement on where she'd be choosing her top. She had like over 100 offers. Her top 6 choices were Texas Tech, Texas, LSU, Oklahoma, South Carolina, UCLA, and she is rolling with Oklahoma.
Wow.
5'11" guard from Texas. Close to 48,000 points in her 4,800 points in her high school career.
Man, she's gonna be
great.
that girl.
She'll be that girl. Let's see if she stays at Oklahoma. Or maybe
maybe this will be a highlight spotlight for Oklahoma. Not only will they draw a lot of attention to her NIL money might look a lot better than going to an LSU or UCLA with competitive other players that are on that, and you have to kind of split the pie. So, hey, she made the right decision.
Make that money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, big shout out to Jordan Childs. She and her UCLA team won the Big Ten Conference Women's Gymnastics. Of course, girl got her nails all fitted with the UCLA, the Big Ten. The Bruins became the first team to win the Big Ten regular season and championship in the same season. So UCLA gymnastics are on board. You also got all the winners for gymnastics. You got the Big Ten at UCLA, the SEC had LSU, Big 12 had Utah, ACC had Stanford. So congratulations to all those teams.
And shout out to Jordan also being Athlete of the Year too with Time Magazine. She shared that spotlight with Asia as well. So shout out to her.
Absolutely. Anything? That's all I got.
Well, I had something, but we're going to see how this all plays out. The whole LeBron going on Pat McAfee's show as a stab to and shade towards Stephen A. Because I do feel that was a.
And I heard he was on there for like an hour.
I watched the interview on both sides of that. I saw what Stephen A. had to report on his podcast. I kind of am very curious to see how the rest of this plays out because this is now officially the new Drake and Kendrick. And you know who Kendrick is on this, and you know who Drake is on this. And so this is a new Drake and Kendrick beef that I did not see coming on my bingo card.
The bingo card is blazing.
Calling him a liar, saying that I got stuff on him. He don't want to go there. If he were to make a move, I would have thrown them.
No, he didn't.
What did throw his bows look like? Yes, he did. Yes,
okay, you gotta say. Send me these.
I will continue to discuss LeBron because that is my job. But he don't have to like me. I don't have to like him. He don't need to come on my show. I don't need to be on the shop. He went there off of LeBron making a statement saying how Stephen A. is on his Taylor Swift tour with the whole confrontation story. People are calling Stephen A. Swift now instead of Smith. This is going to be an exciting 2 weeks, I feel like. So I want to see how this drama unfolds. I'm caught up to speed of what's going on. Shout out to Pat McAfee. I mean, for
Okay.
having that, Stephen A is top dog at ESPN, and Pat McAfee to follow after Stephen A show First Take. No one saw this coming. The man
I love
was
it.
in
I love it
Indiana
in
because the
him.
Lakers
I
are
love
playing
it
the
in
Pacers,
him.
and popped
Yes.
in on the studio for an unfiltered hour and some change conversation. Not only did he touch on that subject, he also touched on how Bronny's career is thriving, his upbringing. He also spoke about Michael Jordan to a degree, talked about how the
I
old
saw that
heads
part.
viewed
Yeah.
him on his opinion, like Dennis Rodman. What he had to say mattered not to LeBron, where the future holds with him. Everyone is viewing this as Lakers are going to win the championship and LeBron's about to retire.
And about to retire.
Like, the man held nothing back.
It's in the script. It's the NBA
it's
script.
in the script of where is this going? So I don't know. It was very interesting. And like I said, I'm a fan of Pat, so it was kind of cool to see that. And there was always rumored rivalry between Pat and Stephen A not getting along.
Well, you can
Stephen
see
A
why,
cleared that up,
too.
saying that he gets along just fine with Pat. He has no ill wills against Pat. Pat did his job of having him on. Who wouldn't want LeBron on? Like, that's the biggest name you want.
How could you not?
And no one could have him ever sit down with them, and he got him to do that.
No, and he was there in person. It wasn't like you were on some webcam.
With Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or that. He was
sitting there in the seats
they were in
with
Indiana.
him.
Like, this is what it is,
Yeah.
But this drama is going to be very interesting. So, like I said, it's the new Kendrick and Drake beef, and
I love it. I do have one last video to share that I didn't share earlier, and shout out to every person who sent it to my DMs, because everybody knows I have a height complex when it comes to men. And apparently there's this guy, and here's the video.
Lucas Bird. It wasn't for a lack of trying. He was trying to get to his attack.
Look, Jimmy, look. He's back. He loves her, Ellie.
Love knows no boundaries. Certainly not height, DC.
I think they're wonderful together.
I have so much to say about this without saying so much about it.
I can never, number one. She's 6'3" and he's 5'5".
Right.
So if that were just that height difference, she's 6'3", he's 5. That's like a total of what, 10 inches, right?
Something like
10
that.
inches.
Something close to that.
That means I would need to date a guy that's 5 feet tall. That would never happen. I couldn't even do 5'5".
He couldn't even pick her up. You saw that, right? Like, he tried to lift her, but
they look like a mom hugging her son.
See, I didn't.
Good job, kid.
I saw a dominant woman who controls everything in that situation. That's what I saw. Her height and stature, I feel like she is running things. Like, that's what it perceived to me. Like I mean,
she's putting him to bed. She's grabbing the things on the top shelf. She's probably, she's probably like fixing the leaky toilets and the plumbing. She's doing everything. Taking out the trash. He can't even see over the trash can. First of all, let's start there.
5'5"
I mean,
short, but to a 6'3" person, that's a little person.
Shout out to Lucas for finding him a tall queen, for finding him someone that's, loving of him. I'm waiting for the wedding pictures of them.
To him, maybe he feels like, and I'm sure she is like supermodel, like kind of looks with once she's dressed up and they're all fly together. I'm sure it's a thing. Listen, Zendaya is taller than Tom Holland.
But that's like an inch or two.
No, that's a few inches. I mean, it's noticeable. Listen, it's noticeable.
This is like 10 inches. This is like Kevin Hart.
I get it. But you still got some tall women out there.
Hey, love is love. But yes, I'll be good with my dog at home.
And as they say, you're the same height when you're laying down. So you're same length when you're laying
down. Yeah, not when your feet are on shins. You just can't. It's just not. Anyway.
That's our show. Blessings. You can have you a nice 5'5" wrestler out there.
I will let those blessings stay then. I'll save them for the next girl that wants them. I'll be okay.
I get it.
That's it for the show today, guys. We appreciate you. No show tomorrow or no show next week.
Next week, yes, but we will.
If you are just tapping in, make sure to catch the replay on Facebook. You can go to our YouTube at Girl Chat Sports. Subscribe, like, and share. Also been doing it on Instagram Live, so that's been kind of fun. So we appreciate everybody for tapping in.
Instagram peeps that have been popping in.
However you're doing it, we appreciate you. So keep it up, and we'll get back with you in a couple weeks.
Yes, we will.
Bye.
Go.